Ekpenyong was a prince, heir to the throne of Town. Many maidens longed for his hand, but his heart desired none. They admired his wealth, his golden ornaments, his retinue of servants, but not him. Any woman can love a prince, Ekpenyong said bitterly, but who will love the man beneath the crown? So he made a decision no one dared imagine. He stripped himself of his royal beads, washed away the oils that made his skin shine, and dressed like a common slave. Only his most trusted friend, Okun, knew the truth. Together, they left the palace, Ekpenyong bent on finding love not for his title, but for his soul. In Town lived a maiden named Ekaete. She was known for her sharp tongue and fearless spirit. She was not swayed by fine gifts or soft promises. Suitors came with goats, yams, even brass rods, but she always shook her head. "I do not want a man who comes with wealth," she told her mother. "I want a man who comes with truth." When Ekpenyong, now dressed as a slave, arrived in Town, he was hired to pound yam in Ekaete's household. She looked at him once, her eyes narrow. "You are not like the others," she said. "I am only a servant," Ekpenyong replied, bowing. But her heart stirred, for though his clothes were rough, his speech carried wisdom and his back did not bend like one born into slavery. Days turned to weeks. Ekpenyong carried water, split firewood, and worked in Ekaete's family compound. But each evening, he found time to speak with her by the moonlight. "Why do you, who are strong and clever, live as a servant?" she asked. Ekpenyong smiled sadly. "Sometimes, the strongest men are the ones who hide their strength. Sometimes, a servant sees more truth than a king." Ekaete's heart grew soft toward him. She began to save the sweetest kola nut for him, the fattest piece of fish. The villagers whispered, "Can it be that proud Ekaete has fallen for a slave?" It wasn't long before tongues wagged. Villagers wondered why Ekaete, the proud maiden, shared glances with a slave. Mothers pulled their daughters away from him when he passed. Fathers spat on the ground. One evening, Ekaete's cousin Ansa followed her and confronted her. "Are you blind? That boy is beneath you." "He is not beneath me," Ekaete snapped. "He speaks with wisdom no slave could carry. His spirit is higher than gold." But Ansa only laughed. "If you tie your waist to a servant, you will carry shame on your back forever." Ekaete's face burned with anger, but her heart did not waver. That night, she sought Ekpenyong under the udala tree. "They think you are nothing," she whispered. Ekpenyong smiled and asked gently, "And what do you think?" She responded, "You are everything." But there was one more obstacle. Edem, a wealthy trader who had long pursued Ekaete. He owned canoes, slaves, and warehouses of ivory. When he heard of her growing closeness to a mere servant, he laughed with scorn. A jewel has no business lying in the dust. But laughter turned to fury when Ekaete continued to reject him. So Edem hatched a plan. He bribed Ekaete's father with gifts, persuading him to force her hand. "Better your daughter marry a wealthy trader than throw herself into disgrace," Edem urged. Her father, swayed by the gifts, began to press her. "You will wed Edem. A girl's stubborn heart can be broken, but her stomach must still be fed." Ekaete shook her head fiercely. "I will not marry Edem. I would rather walk to the forest and live with spirits than share his bed." That night, Ekaete met Ekpenyong by the moonlight again. She was weeping. "My father will sell me like a cow to Edem," she sobbed. Ekpenyong took her hand. "Then let us bind our love in oath." He drew a line in the earth and spoke. "If my heart ever betrays you, may the ancestors turn my breath into ashes." Ekaete repeated, If my heart ever betrays you, may the river goddess carry me away. They sealed it with a kola nut, breaking it between their teeth. From that night, their love was no longer whispers. It was destiny. But the secret could not last forever. Ekaete's younger brother, Okim, followed her one evening and saw her hand in hand with the slave. He ran home shouting, "Sister is in love with a servant boy." Her father's rage shook the compound. A daughter of mine bringing shame to her name? He seized a whip and beat Ekpenyong in front of the household. Ekaete threw herself before him. "Stop! You will kill him!" The whip caught her shoulder. "Then let you feel the pain of the man you protect," her father roared. Ekpenyong clenched his jaw, refusing to cry out. That night, he nursed Ekaete's wound and she whispered, "Even if the world turns against us, I will not let you go." Okon, the prince's friend, who had disguised himself as a trader to watch over Ekpenyong, grew restless. "You have taken this too far," he warned. "If they kill you, the kingdom will be left without an heir." Ekpenyong shook his head. "Better to risk death than to take a wife who loves me only for my crown. Ekaete must choose me as I am now. Only then will her love be true." Okon sighed deeply. "The ancestors see your stubbornness, but remember, truth hidden too long becomes a lie." The annual festival of voices came, a time when maidens sang before the chiefs and suitors claimed brides. Edem came dressed in coral beads, carrying gifts of ivory. He stood before Ekaete's family. "I claim her by right of wealth and honor." But when Ekaete was called to sing, her voice broke the crowd into silence. She sang not of riches or pride, but of love that defied shame. Her eyes searched for the slave boy at the edge of the gathering, and her song was for him alone. The chiefs murmured. Her father trembled with shame, but Ekpenyong's heart burned with both love and fear. His disguise could no longer hold much longer. After the festival of voices, Edem marched to Ekaete's compound with gifts and pride. "Chiefs, seal this union," he demanded. Her song was bold, but a daughter must obey. Ekaete stood straight. A heart is not a calabash to be traded. The elders muttered. To stop the scandal, the oldest elder said, "Let there be 3 tests for the servant she favors: humility, truth, and courage. If he passes, we will hear her heart. If he fails, she weds Edem." Ekaete agreed without fear. Ekpenyong bowed like any poor man. Let the test come. At dawn, the elders sent Ekpenyong to the warrior's yard to sweep, to the shrine to fetch water, and to the kitchens to pound yam till his arms shook. Some laughed. He will break, but he did not. He walked without complaints, shared his food with other servants, and greeted even those who mocked him. Ekaete watched him from a doorway and whispered to Ima, "A man who does not despise work will not despise his wife." The elders nodded. Humility passed. But Edem would not rest. He bribed a guard and hid a golden bracelet in Ekaete's yard, then shouted, "Thief! The servant stole from the shrine!" The elders brought the calabash of truth. "Drink and swear. If you lie, the gods would answer." Ekpenyong lifted it. "If my hands are dirty, let my breath turn to dust." Then he drank. Silence. Nothing struck him. Murmurs rose. He speaks truth. Edem's face hardened, but he smiled to himself. Courage will finish him. That night, Ekaete met Ekpenyong by the Udela tree. "If you had nothing, no name, no house, would you still reach for me?" she asked. "I would reach," he said, "even if my hands bled." They broke kola and swore. "If we betray this love, may the ancestors shame us." From the shadows, Ima saw their oath and felt both fear and hope. Edem spied, paid, and pushed. He told Ekaete's father, "End this nonsense. The last test will expose him." He also whispered to thugs by the river, "Seize Okim, the girl's brother. Make the servant choose cowardice or death." That same night, Okim disappeared. At dawn, the others spoke. "Your final test. Bring back what is taken." A torn bead from Okim's waist lay on the ground, and a trail led toward the mangroves. Ekaete's eyes flashed. "Find my brother." Ekpenyong bowed and went alone. Okon, his hidden friend, tried to follow. He waved him back. "No, let me earn this," he said. In the thickest bushes, thugs leapt. "Turn back, slave," they hissed. Ekpenyong did not boast. He moved like a trained warrior. Quiet feet, quick hands. He struck one, tripped another, and broke the rope that bound Okim. "Run," he told the boy. "Tell the elders that I am coming." Then Edem stepped from the trees with a blade. "You should not have stayed." Steel flashed. Ekpenyong fought with empty hands first, then wrenched the blade free. He could have ended Edem, but he did not. He kicked the weapon aside. "A man who wants a wife must first be a man," he said, and walked Okim home. They entered the square to shout. Ekaete ran to her brother and clung to him. The elders raised their staffs. Humility passed. Truth passed. Courage passed. Edem burst out. "He is no servant. He fights like a trained son of a chief. He deceived us all." Eyes stunned, whispers rose. Ekpenyong stood tall. "Listen, I am Ekpenyong, son of a noble house. I hid my name to test whether love can see a man without his titles. If this offends you, punish me, but do not call my love false." Gasps. Some elders frowned, some smiled. Ekaete searched his face and spoke steady. "I loved him when he had nothing. I love him still." Her father trembled between anger and pride. You deceived the whole town." Ekpenyong bowed. "I deceived no one to steal. I hid myself to be seen." Edem could not swallow defeat. He dragged a blade across the dust. "If you are a prince, then defend your honor." The elder sighed but stepped back. The clash was sharp. Edem wild with rage, Ekpenyong calm as stone. In 3 breaths, Edem's weapon flew. In 4, Ekpenyong's heel pinned his wrist. He did not strike the final blow. He stepped away. A husband for Ekaete must protect life, not take it. The oldest elder raised his staff. A man who spares when he can kill is greater than a man who kills when he can spare. Judgment came. The tests are passed. The oath is clean. Let the betrothal stand. Ekaete's father, defeated but moved, nodded. "May your home be stronger than this quarrel." Women ululated. Drums spoke. Ekaete placed a simple string of beads on Ekpenyong's wrist. "I chose the man, not the name," he answered, "and I will carry your name in my breath." As they walked side by side, the singers chanted, "A crown can blind the eyes, but work reveals the heart. Love that kneels to serve is love that stands to last." And that is how a prince won a bride, by laying down his pride so she could lift up his name.